I have in studio with us today Mark Rodrigues. You may have seen him on the stage in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and A Christmas Carol, produced by the Huntsville Theatre Company. And he's here to talk about a new role he's taken on. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We wanted to have you in just to introduce yourself and really have our viewers know who you are. You have taken on the role of theater manager, Jacqueline's steps or footsteps. You're following in her footsteps, and I guess maybe let's talk about a little bit about you. What is it in your background that makes you perfect for this role?
Well, I have a large background in theater. I've acted, directed, taught theater, and really just every angle that I can get my claws on. For this role specifically, my last job that I had, I was the sole drama guy for the elementary school at Bond Academy, and I ran everything. So when it came to the final show, it was me. When it came to the classes, it was me. When it came to making sure the stage was clean, it was me.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a mini manager role, except within education. So I think that I bring that responsibility that I've had experience with, as well as being able to represent the directors and the actors, since I have experience from that end, as well as the educators and just everyone in the theater who wants to make it great and wants to really push it forward. I can represent all of them and also make sure that the space is safe and welcoming and everything that it needs to be.
So jack of all trades, pretty much.
I try, yeah. I really try to be. I really try to be.
And I guess let's talk about maybe some of the like the vision that you have for the Huntsville Theatre Company. It's been hugely successful since its inception a few years back, and I want to know really what is your vision for it? I mean, and as someone who has experience on and off the stage, you must have a slew of ideas of what you want to do as a producer, as an actor, everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So jumping into this role, and like you said, following Jacqueline, from what I saw with Jacqueline over the past few years that I would visit, it was her taking this small little idea and bringing it to Rocky Horror, you know what I mean? Bringing everybody from outside of the city to this big show that was so much larger than the stage it was on, and you know, sold out seats and everything like that. And I saw that, and I thought, okay, this isn't the end goal. This was kind of just another step on her quest to make the theater grow and make it bigger over time. And now that's my job. So it's not stopping here and saying, okay, we found a good place, let's just do this until, I don't know, we stop. No, it's keep going, keep making it bigger, keep coming up with new ideas. So with Rocky Horror and the success of that musical, I started to think, okay, what if we go off the deep end and try another, you know, big hit musical, at least maybe not this year, but in time, once I've sort of, you know, had a feel for the job and got my feet settled. But on top of that, I kind of want to try a couple other things that I have a specialty with, Shakespeare in particular.
That's right.
I have a large background in Shakespeare. I would love to do some sort of Shakespeare in the Park. So to bring things outside of the Chaffee Hall Theater, bring things outside of that little space, do some outdoor entertainment, probably in the summer, but and bring more ideas like that. So Shakespeare in the Park, you know, let's move it out of the theater. The theater itself, let's do some big musicals and just keep the ball rolling, just keep growing and growing and growing and not stopping.
Pushing the boundaries a little bit, maybe taking some risks.
Well, that's what she did.
Yeah.
She took risks every chance that she saw. Rocky Horror was a huge risk. If you look at if you want to look at the books and the budget and everything, it was definitely okay, this has to be successful, and it was. So it was a risk that paid off, and I do not want to stop those risks. She wouldn't. If she was still going, if she hadn't retired, she wouldn't be stopping. So I can't. I got to keep going.
Awesome. Now, speaking of your Shakespeare background, I had the pleasure of actually following last year's Theater is My Passion program, the kids program, and they put this musical together that was just wonderful for these kids. Yeah. But this year, you're going to be heading up that program, and it's all about Shakespeare.
Yes, I'm going to be doing As You Like It.
Okay, so look, what made you think that to go on this route to try to introduce these kids to Shakespeare?
So again, it's a little bit of my background. I've taught theater, so I've taught Shakespeare. It just kind of goes without saying. And the first year that I taught at that school where, Bond Academy, where I was like I said, the sole drama elementary school theater guy, I decided to do The Tempest with them. So I had these grade 1s through 8s, and I said, we're going to do Shakespeare. And I did The Tempest with them, and some teachers and some parents were like, really? Yeah? You think you can make it work? And despite some of the audience not understanding the words, yeah, they did great. They really took it upon themselves. They acted so well. The set was great. And the show went on, and it was The Tempest done by elementary school students. So now with Theater is My Passion, I have ages 8 through 17. I have high school students.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I can do Shakespeare. The reason I want to do As You Like It is because I want them to do a comedy. In my opinion, high school, they throw a lot of tragedies in your face. I mean, sometimes they do Midsummer Night's Dream, but otherwise it's Hamlet, King Lear.
Oh, sure, typical
right? It's all this,
right?
yeah, it's all this angsty Romeo and Juliet, all this angsty, tragic stuff. And I want to show them, nah, he was a funny guy too. He was. Okay. The words are 400 years old, but with the right acting, the right direction, and the right reading, there's a lot of jokes in there. It's really, really funny. So I'm shortening the script. It's not going to be 3 hours long. It's going to be about an hour and a half. I'm cutting it down a little, and I'm going to see what we can do with it. And I'm really excited.